Hi kids. In this session now you are going to learn about keneys psychological law of conception. First you are going to know about the definition of the psychological law of conception of the keneys. Okay. In this one what he is saying is when the income when it increases, okay, at that moment the consumption also it will increase but not that much. Okay. When income it is 1000 rupees, he is buying 2 apples. Okay, that means in his income he is trying to buy only 2 apples. When the income increases, the income increases by 5000. If you are assuming like that, means 5000 means we won't spend that means 5000 means how much you should buy there. For 1000 itself is buying 2 means for 5000 how much you should buy there. 5 2s are 10, isn't it? 10 apples you should buy, but you won't spend that much for that apples. Okay, that means what he will do, he will save something there, he will save the amount. Okay, that means when the income increases, the person he won't spend that much what is that the income increases. Okay, the person he won't spend that much amount, he won't do the expenditure that much amount how much the income increases. This one from the assumption and from the law we may know that. We'll learn about the assumption. Okay, ceteris variable. Ceteris variables means the income distribution, taste, habit, social customs, population growth and etc. do not change and consumption depend on income alone. If the taste, habit, income distribution, social custom, if it is not changing means consumption depends on income alone. Okay, next is the existence of normal conditions. Existence of normal conditions. In this one the law holds goods under normal conditions. The law holds only under the normal condition, but most probably the economy is faced with abnormal and also the extraordinary circumstance, like now COVID time, you know, isn't it? During this time and all, people may spend the whole of increased income on consumption alone, because in this time what it happens, the rate of the products it will increase. The rate of the product it will increase. So what the person they are doing, they are spending their whole income on the that means fully they are only for the consumption purpose alone they are spending that. Next, existence of laissez-faire capital money. The law operates in a rich capitalist economy where there is no government intervention, not in India. In America, Russia, like that type of the country we may say. This type of the law only operates there alone. The rich capitalist economy where there is no government intervention. Laissez-faire means the government won't interfere in the business. Okay. Okay. Next you are going to learn about the proportions of the law. When income it increases, consumption expenditure increases but in the smaller amount. Okay, in the proportion of the law, first law is the when the income it increases, consumption expenditure increases in the smaller amount. The second law is what it is saying is increased income distributed in between the consumption expenditure and saving. If the income it is increased means it is distributed among the consumption as well as in the savings. What I already told, if the income it increases means we won't spend the amount which much that how much it is increased. How much it increased, that whole the income we won't spend. What we will do, definitely we will save only there. Okay. And third law is the increased income will always increase savings and expenditure. When the income it increases, what it will do? It will increase the savings as well as the expenditure. This one we may explain through the graphical. Okay, graphically we may see there. Okay, look at this graph. In this graph, the x-axis it represents the only the income. Okay, and the y-axis it represents the expenditure. Okay, x-axis represents the income and the y-axis it represents the expenditure. Income I said, This one is the expenditure. Okay, y-axis, and another one is the x-axis. Okay, when the income that means when he is receiving the rupees 120, the consumption also 120 because it is less alone. When the income it is increased for 180, the consumption is 170 alone. The 10 rupees is saving. The 10 rupees is saving there. Okay, and when the income increases 180 to 240, then the consumption, that means the how much we are spending, only 220 only we are spending, 20 rupees we are saving there. How much we are saving there? 20 rupees we are saving here. Okay, here actually when there is a 120, here 120 I said, here also 120 I said, isn't it? That means both are equal alone. That means C and consumption and income both are equal alone. Okay, here also when you are looking at this one 180, here also 180, that means savings. Along with savings I am taking. In both the places consumption and income we may say as a equal. Same here also 240, that means 220 is the consumption, 240 that above that one is the, what is that one, savings. Both when we are including, that means 240 I am saying here, that means in the expenditure side we are showing as a 240, here also income side we are showing as a 240, both are equal. That means C is equal to Y. C is equal to Y. Okay, C is equal to Y alone. But how much consumption here with the savings alone we are explaining. Okay, with the savings alone we are explaining. But without the savings means the consumption it is less alone. When comparing to first one, 120 when is getting as the income, the expenditure also 120. But when it is increased to 180, the expenditure is 170. That three laws it is proved from this graph itself. Okay, what I said in this one, first law, what I said there, when income, that means when the income it is increased, consumption in expenditure also it increases. Income is increased, that time consumption expenditure also it increased from 120 to 170. Okay, that means the rest of the amount only we are, what we are doing there, we are only savings there. And in the second point, what I said that increased income distributed among the consumption and expenditure, that the income increased 120 to 180 it increased, isn't it? When it increased, it is distributed among the 170, that is 170 is the expenditure, and next when we are reaching to the 180, the 10 rupees is the savings. The income is that increased income alone, what we are doing, we are distributing among the, which one there, among the expenditure and savings. When same thing, that means when again the income increases, then the savings also it increases and the expenditure also it increases. That is a third law, isn't it? That one is a third law. When the income increases, then what it will happen there? There it happens that expenditure also it increases as well as the savings also increases. When we are comparing with 120 to 170, how much they are increased in the expenditure? 50 rupees increased in the expenditure, isn't it? Savings is 10 rupees. Okay, the income, how much it increased? 120 means 180 it increased, I said. That means 60 rupees it increased, isn't it? At first, how much he spent there? He spent only the 120 rupees. But after, that means that when he is receiving the 180 rupees, how much he was spending there? He spent the 170. That means the extra amount is 50 rupees. 50 rupees he increased in his. And savings is 10 rupees, isn't it? When the income, again it increases. Again how much increased? 240. That means 180 to 240. How much again? 60 rupees it increased again. Then the expenditure also it increased. How much? 220. That means from 170 and 220. How much? Again 50 rupees. At first also 50 rupees increased, and again when it is increasing the, that means the income, again the expenditure is increased, and the savings also increased. Savings from 10 rupees to 20 rupees it increased. Okay children, thank you.